on the program, Ghana's infrastructure on the verge of being declared public risk if sustainable engineering and maintenance practices are not introduced immediately. We have more ahead on the latest infrastructure scorecard by the Institution of Engineering.
If your infrastructure, fantastic things that the world is trying to achieve.
Mobile money operators expected to refund wrongful deductions on E-levy transactions within 3 days.
So we had to write to the Minister for Finance, to petition that we wanted to ensure that customers had a seamless, user experience when we went live on 1st of May. So we believe that we should start with the on-net, where we did not need to connect to the common platform before, make any transaction.
Also tonight, traders at Agbochi Market here in Accra concerned about soaring price of tomatoes triggered by a shortage of the vegetable.
And the paint rubber, which used to be 25 cedis, is now selling at 80 cedis and 90 cedis. Then we come to the small one, which used to be 10 cedis, is now selling at 40 cedis.
We'll go shopping later in the bulletin. Do stay with us. Details in a moment. First up tonight, Ghana's public infrastructure is on the verge of becoming a public risk if adequate resources are not paid to sustainable engineering and maintenance practices. It comes as the country scored a D3 in the latest Ghana Infrastructure Report Card by the Ghana Institution of Engineering. Launching the scorecard, chairman of the research committee, Engineer Magnus Kwashi, warned about the consequences of poor quality infrastructure.
Okay, if we don't maintain or do timely maintenance interventions, what it means is that whatever infrastructure we have is going to completely deteriorate, and it costs us more to build new ones. And every day we drive around, we see what happens. If you have a small pothole and you don't patch it, and then it becomes a lake, and before you realize, the road is completely gone. I mean, these are simple examples we have. So if we fail to act at the time we are supposed to, then it means that we are heading for a crash. Okay, so this is basically that, and we want to provide this information for policymakers so that we can act timeously to actually ensure that our infrastructure we develop, is on a sustainable basis and can take us a lifetime. So this is really a qualitative research that the GHIE intends to contribute to the public discourse. Okay, so if we say we have maybe 1,000 schools, what does it mean? If we say we've built maybe 50,000 kilometers of road, what does it mean to the public?
Meanwhile, President of the Ghana Institution of Engineers, Charles Enum Adam, has called for some emergency reforms to ensure sustainability of infrastructure.
If your infrastructure is not in a good order, there's no way you can achieve zero hunger, poverty, and all those fantastic things that the world is trying to achieve. Fortunately, the Ghana Institution of Engineering has given itself the task to alert the general public and to put us on track to ensure that whilst governments have come and are building the infrastructure, we will strategically grade it and then determine exactly where we are with respect to where we intend to go, and we will be able to tell the health of the infrastructure based on sound principles, based on sound criteria, and well-tested and well-proven approaches. I believe that the areas selected are very important to the national life, to the national discourse. And therefore, for us at the institution, we are very excited and look forward to this project actually coming out with the real results. And I want to say at this point that the council will do everything possible to make sure that this comes to fruition or reality. And as we launch this, we also want to appeal, let me make a special appeal, not to government, no, But to all well-meaning Ghanaians and partners who may be able to support such a worthy cause, because what we want to do is a very independent, research-based approach, which I believe that will even include views of the general public in the final analysis, so that they will contribute to what their view of the infrastructure.
Now, mobile money operators have given assurance of refunding wrongful deductions on e-levy transfers within 3 days. Since Tuesday, operators have started making some refunds, contrary to reports that this would not be realized. Dr. Ken Ashigbe is Chief Executive of the Telecoms Chamber and has been speaking on PM Express Business Edition.
Now, the EMIs, the banks, the fintechs, all of us in charging the e-levy, we restricted ourselves to what happened on our networks without necessarily going out. So for us, the EMIs, we call that the on-net transactions. So you do all transactions on net, but you also charged off net as well. And so because that decision was also taken almost in the last minute, it really took a lot of doing to prepare what you had already prepared, but you had left and started working towards the common platform and go back to that. And so come Sunday, I believe that for this massive nature of this project, we started very well. There were some challenges, as you would expect with any new project. But the good thing is that most of them have been fixed. Those that are still being worked on are things that we know when they are going to be fixed. Typical example is the fact that for one of the networks, because they had a cap for their charges, when it came to the levies as well, the law does not allow capping. They were still capping it. So what it resulted in is that if anybody was transferring money on that particular network, and you went above, the cap, then the taxes were not added up. So it means in that particular case, then that network, that EMI had to quickly find a way of resolving that, but it had to bear the cost of all the taxes that currently were being undercharged.
Meanwhile, the Ghana Revenue Authority, GRA, has prevailed on religious bodies in the Ashanti region to help in the smooth implementation of the electronic transaction levy. The authority believes religious leaders can positively influence their members to better appreciate the e-levy in national revenue mobilization. The GRA engaged religious leaders on filing of tax returns online via the GRA's taxpayers portal. There is more in this report.
The government has challenged the Ghana Revenue Authority to collect over 80.3 billion cedis in revenue this year. The authority believes this target can be achieved if Ghanaians voluntarily honor their tax obligations. The GRA is, however, urging religious leaders to educate members on the need to pay taxes. Ashanti Area Director of GRA, Agnes Akosia Edubuatin, spoke at the sensitization program for religious leaders.
I want to encourage everyone here present also to embrace the electronic levy, the e-levy implementation policy, which began on Sunday, May 1, 2022. Even though few challenges were reported, efforts are being put in place to resolve all the teething problems. As men of God, you also have a responsibility to educate your congregation on the need to honor their tax obligation.
The GRA is piloting the electronic VAT system for collection of revenue added tax. The digital platform deployment by GRA is in line with the Commissioner General's transformational agenda. An e-commerce registration portal has been developed for non-residents engaged in e-commerce and digital services to charge VAT.
As I speak with you, our Commissioner General is rolling out a lot of initiatives which we believe we need to engage you. And it is in line with his transformational agenda. The authority is piloting the electronic VAT system, which is an electronic invoicing for VAT collection.
Some religious leaders who participated in the workshop spoke to Love News.
In fact, we were not expecting such an education. Most of Ghanaians don't understand tax paying. Because of that, they don't pay. For example, the artisans, they don't pay tax at all. But right now, what we have learned from here, we are going to educate our church members.
Jumedi we are and the yene GRE idi no sorry no kuyi pa na as church no yesua niema bi na afri mu aba.
We have realized that as a church, we need to also pay our taxes to the Ghana Revenue Authority.
Say was it tax no. Was as a church need to meet tax edema o mano.
Anita Sewajuge's reports read to you.
Away from the E-levy, government has given firm backing to the new Insurance Act, which is currently in force. The Vice President revealed this at the West African Insurance Companies Association WICA 2022 Annual General Meeting and Education in Accra. According to him, it is one of the measures to strengthen the insurance industry. Mao Sinumon has more in the following report.
The New Insurance Act 2021 replaces that of 2006 to bring the regulation of the insurance industry into conformity with international framework and supervisory standards. This is expected to increase the country's competitiveness in the sector going forward. Government has, in this regard, instituted some measures to strengthen the industry. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia is the Vice President of Ghana.
Government has put in place measures to strengthen the insurance industry, including the following: the passage of a new Insurance Act in 2021, last year. The new Act provides stringent regulatory framework to protect consumers and increase accessibility of insurance to the Ghanaian populace, particularly the informal sector operators and consumers in the low-income brackets. It also provides measures aimed at strengthening the corporate governance practices within the industry and in accordance with the international best principles of risk-based supervisory framework. The new Insurance Act also has strengthened the regulatory powers of the National Insurance Commission and has provided for the regulation of marine insurance, agriculture insurance, micro-insurance, and innovative insurance. We have also embarked on a recapitalization of the insurance industry to help strengthen the balance sheets of regulated insurance entities. This is aimed at enhancing the underwriting capacity of insurers to enable them assume higher insurance risk and to make resources available for investment in essential productive areas such as technology, product development, and distribution of appropriate insurance packages.
Speaking on the impact of digitization on Ghana's economy at large, Dr. Baumia says the process is gradually paying off.
Through the issue of the national ID card, we also converted the national ID card number to the tax identification number. So in so doing, when we came into office, only 4% of the adult population of Ghana had a tax identification number. 4%. By converting the national ID card into the tax identification number, we've moved from 4% to 85% of the adult population of Ghana. So we are really formalizing the economy and building a data-based economy. We have digitized most of government operations. At the ports, it's paperless. Drivers and vehicle licensing is paperless. National health insurance. We've got a Ghana.gov platform where all government institutions are on, and so you do have to just go to that one stop to apply for any government service. And we are seeing major implication or impacts of this digitalization on efficient service delivery and also on reduction of corruption. This has really been a major impact that we have seen in Ghana over the last few years.
According to the government, it is committed to improving the business environment to aid the growth of the capital market and the broader economy. Mausi Numon's report for Joy Business.
And you're watching Business Live. Still to come, traders at the Agbowishi market here in Accra are concerned about soaring price of tomatoes triggered by a shortage of the vegetable.
And the paint rubber, which used to be 25 cedis, is now selling at 80 cedis and 90 cedis. Then we come to the small one, which used to be 10 cedis, is now selling at 40 cedis.
And those were some business stories from around the world. Welcome back to Business Live. Now, traders at the Agbowishi market here in Accra are concerned about soaring price of tomatoes. Currently, a box of the vegetable that sold for 1,500 cedis is now selling at 2,800 cedis, whilst a small size tomato is going for a cedi or two. The rising price of the vegetable is due to a shortage being witnessed currently. On Joy Business Shopping List today, Beverly Broom takes a look at the impact of soaring prices. Watch this.
Have you noticed the price of tomatoes has shot up drastically? Exactly my reason for coming to the Agbowishi market, to gauge the price of tomatoes and possibly find out from traders what is accounting for the increase. Join me.
The this small basket is going for 350 cedis. It used to be 150. It used to be 150 cedis, and it decreased down to 70 and 80 cedis. But now, because of the price of tomatoes, which has gone high, we are selling it at 350 cedis. And then the big basket, which used to be 150 cedis, is now selling at 600 cedis. And the paint rubber, which used to be 25 cedis, is now selling at 80 cedis and 90 cedis. Then we come to the small one, which used to be 10 cedis, is now selling at 40 cedis. Well, this one, let's say these ones are not all that good. They are the ones that, in fact, got some scratches and then this thing from the box. So we put it in a bowl and then sell it at 80 cedis. Some are selling it at 70 cedis, and then maybe the lowest price right now is 60 cedis. The box is selling at, that was last week. We bought the box at 2,800. But this week, we took the box for 2,600.
So it means that the price is going down?
Yes, but we hope that it's decreased to the normal price. That is if they get more tomatoes from Burkina. And right now they are complaining that the rain is disturbing the tomatoes. So probably I know the price will be increasing. I am very sure, because if you look at the rate at which tomatoes used to come and the rate at which it is coming now, there's a vast difference. Meaning that if we were having like 6 cars, 7 cars coming to Accra, right now we're having like 2 cars or probably 1 car coming to Accra. So definitely the price of the tomatoes, I'm not sure it will come down for now.
So around what time should we expect the local to come on the market?
Oh, local have started coming, but the price in the bush that is costly, is expensive. They are saying the box in the bush is costing about 1,600. So probably when it comes here, they'll be selling it at 2,000 or probably 1,800. So still, tomatoes will be expensive.
Ntosi bona akosoro no enye ema no na ma ntosi akosoro. Obi ani me say yare ne ba ye ne bibia akọ nanim. Safe awosoro. If we say starting Burkina no, na safe for the 145. Ya anteswa to now ye di be wie Burkina aka be me fa ne se bia 2 weeks. Awaga aba na wie. But adraba for na ye no mo ye adwuma no. First lorry fare no mo je 120. By yes, I bet to 2 full monentino, omonye 120 million. Omoji 200. And when Tamaya sono, a jana ye kono, bury a beer, ye bedu beer, you 3,000 safer. 3,000 safer, and a bagan is come away 300,000. And near man nika nimuno. Oh, bounce on a near ma, a worker anima, belly a beer, ubitria 5,000 safer. A bagan is come a 50 CD.
Into your kind of barrier base, into 6.
I don't know. Maybe and they say, be a walk to set it to war. If you have my cross belly, a crab, say be at 20 and now 25. Which you are over saying, Chiadiaba.
And to Moko Burkina, I to saying.
Burkina, feel Burkina, when you easy, sir, because of Buko alarm phone in Tino. Burkina, a way you hookakara. Because Yamia am one out for baby and so far. He does a bit me a ham. Anasi bit me a pramanasi bit my board driver could too. But all the same, Yamen a day and yet to Casana Marco, but in Yan yet to Casana. It's a do border, Ghana border, and Sunny Bell cross Burkina border, and you want interpreters or more border than a woman at Casamayan, and son in tools and yet miato.
It is a box, no more funny saying.
A year 130,000 say for 1 box.
And a
bagan is come a 1,008. And son, I quite so actually abacam, and son, a roar fair abacam. It didn't do us really before the bedroom, and your bucket to
it's a Hanamoto is in box.
Last week, you know, near 128. And I can't see any baby balls until born a sound at Timber from, but and Neno, a 25 and a 24, but or China could have sound so because in 2 now more to 1 Neno, our more pure body than a price in a wash into a channel to invest our quality.
It's a basket, says that I should show which in and not only
6 million. 600 Ghana cedi.
First, now ultimate on.
First, ne bu ya ne dia ultimate ba we credit be ma 100 Ghana na 80 Ghana. Ba isi ade oba wunya ne sa.
Na de wo konkoni tomatoes konkoni.
50 cedi. Ta first we kwa ba 10 cedi na 5 cedi kura benya. Na paint rubber no so ye 80 cedi.
Ti say obi pay 5 cedi, obi pay ka pay bi there.
Obi 5 cedi a me nsa na be ya ma 5 cedi. 2 per 10 cedi a ye de me nsa na be ka ho ne ato so ba akọ. E de ama 10 cedi. 2 cedi dia wunya because obi akoto ntosi 2008 no wa ba gira ho say 2 cedi. You are back at
So according to traders, the increment is indeed real. So in case you plan on going tomato shopping this weekend, quick advice, carry lots of cash to the market. Beverly Broom for Joy Business.
Advice well noted. That was Beverly Broom with the Joy Business shopping list. That's Business Live tonight. I've got news for you. I'm moving to lunchtime beginning next week, so catch me on the marketplace if you can. Meantime, more news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. Thanks for watching, everyone. Enjoy your weekend.